So in the last class we were discussing about the concept of right to equality, and we covered Article 14 in the last class, Article 15 in the last class. So Article 14 deals with what? Deals with right to equality, and Article 15 deals with what? No discrimination on the basis of religion, race, caste, sex, and place of birth. So no discrimination on these grounds, okay? Religion, race, caste, sex, and place of birth. Fine. So it is providing you right to equality. We discussed two concepts of equality. One was equality before law, and another was equal protection from law. What is the difference? Equal protection from law focuses on focuses on positive differentiation based on what circumstances. Okay, it focuses on like should be treated alike. Okay, fine. And another we discuss is Article 15. Which case we have discussed in under Article 15? Champakam Durai Rajan. Yes, what Champakam Durai Rajan case says? It says that caste-based reservation is not allowed, and as a result, okay, got amended, and we discussed, okay, the 15 clause 4 were added, and okay, the reservation concept was given to whom? Socially and educationally backward class. Fine. So these things we have covered in the last class. Now we'll start with the Article 16, which deals with equality of opportunity in the matter of public employment. So Clause 1 says that there is a equality of opportunity in terms of public employment, and no one shall be discriminated on 7 grounds are mentioned: religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, and descent and residence. So these are the 7 things that are mentioned. Okay, that no one shall be discriminated on these 7 grounds: religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth. Next is descent as well as residence. Okay, clear? So the equality of opportunity is provided in the terms of public employment, and 7 grounds have been mentioned, and that on these 7 grounds no one shall be discriminated. Fine. So these 5 grounds already we have discussed where in the Article 15. The 2 extra ground that is mentioned is what? Descent and residence. So these 5 grounds which we have discussed in Article 15 plus 2 extra grounds, 7 grounds are mentioned in the Article 16. So descent, remember we discussed you can get citizenship by descent. Okay, so what was descent? Descent means that your parent status and etc. From there what you are deriving is called as a descent. And what is residence? As we discussed, where you are living. Okay, residence is where you have economic interest, where you are living, that is called as a residence. Fine. So on these 7 grounds there shall not be any discrimination in the matter of public employment. Clear? However, again there is certain exception that is mentioned to these 2 provisions. One exception is the Parliament can, which clause 3 says, Parliament can make law and make what as a ground? Residence as a ground for public employment. So one exception that is mentioned is Parliament can make a law and can make residence as a ground for public employment. Normally we say that you can't discriminate people based on residence, but if at all residence has to be made a criteria, then the authority lies with whom? Authority lies with the Parliament, not lies with whom? State legislature. State legislature cannot make a law and make residence as a criteria. Only who can make a law? Parliament can make a law and make residence as a criteria. Now why this concept has been introduced? Because normally what you see is let's say you are living in any parts of India. You can work in what? You can work in government jobs in any other part of India also, that is okay. So let's say people from Odisha can be recruited in Karnataka, people from Gujarat can be recruited in Karnataka, because residence can't be made as a ground for nothing but okay the jobs okay that is located here. Now why this constitution allows that? Why constitution allows that? Because it wants to promote which type of feeling? National feeling, and want to minimize which type of feeling? Regional feeling. Regional feeling. So it allows the mobilization. You can be recruited anywhere in any part of India. This will promote which type of feeling? National feeling, and this will minimize which type of feeling? Regional feeling. That's why okay residence residence has been made as one of the ground for non-discrimination. But if at all any jobs require residence as a criteria, then who can make a law? Only Parliament can make a law, because Parliament looks after national level. It doesn't look after nothing but okay local level. So that's why state legislature do not have this okay right. Who can make a law? Only nothing but okay Parliament can make a law. Let's say any jobs okay which requires nothing but okay interaction with the locals, or requires nothing but okay local language knowledge, other knowledge. Okay, so in that case, what can be made as a criteria? Residence can be made as a criteria, but who can make that criteria? Only Parliament can make a criteria. Okay. Clause 4 of this article says that reservation can be provided. Reservation in matter of jobs can be provided to whom? To the people of backward classes. To the people of backward classes, that is socially and educationally backward class. Socially and educationally backward class, and also SC and ST. So clause 4 of this particular okay article says that reservation can be provided in matters of public employment. To whom reservation can be provided? To the backward classes it can be provided. Which type of backward class? Socially and educationally backward class, as well as also nothing but okay SC and ST. Reservation can be provided. This is mentioned in clause 4 of the article. Fine. Now, later on, certain amendment has also been done in this one, and 4A has been added, 4B has been added. This 4A has been added by 77th amendment. It has been added by 77th amendment, while 4B has been added by 81st amendment. So two amendment has been done. One is 77th amendment, another is nothing but okay 81st amendment. Now 77th amendment added reservation in promotion. Reservation in promotion for SC and ST. It added this clause of reservation in promotion for whom? SC and ST in matter of whom? In matter of nothing but okay public employment. While 4B dealt with what? 4B dealt with the carry forward rule. It dealt with the carry forward rule. Fine. So these two provisions were added. Okay. 77th amendment added which one? 77th amendment added 4A, which deals with the reservation in promotion. While 81st amendment added which one? 4B, which deals with what? Carry forward rule. Fine. So these two provision has been nothing but okay what? These two provision has been added. Fine. Next, clause 5 of this. Clause 5 of this also provides what? Also provides okay reservation. Okay, clause also 5 of this also provide for nothing but okay reservation. Okay, now this reservation is provided for whom? This reservation says that if at all any religious denomination is there, if any religious denomination is there and they want to appoint their head and etc., or religious jobs are there, then what can be made as a criteria? Then religion can be made as a criteria. Okay, so if any jobs are there under the religious denomination, then okay, who will be made as a criteria? Religion can be made as a criteria. This exception is there. Normally it says that you can't discriminate people on the basis of religion. But okay, in certain situation, okay, what you see is religion can be nothing but okay, what? Religion can be taken as a criteria. For example, let's say if any temple is under the control of the government, okay, if temple is under the control of the government, and okay, generally who will become the priest of the temple? Okay, you will appoint someone as a Hindu as a temple, no? Because that only he will believe in the temple. Christian will not be appointing, Islam will not, Muslims will not be appointing. So what you see is, okay, sometimes, okay, if it is all a religious matter, if it is a religious matter, then what will happen? You can appoint people from that religion into what? Into nothing but, okay, the jobs, okay, and this will not be treated as what? This will not be treated as a distinguishing or discrimination based on religion. If it is a religious matter, fine. So that exception is also given under the clause 5 of this particular provision. And last, clause 6 talks about what? Clause 6 again has been added by 103rd Amendment, and this provided 10% reservation to who? To the EWS in which matter? In the public employment matter. So this provide 10% okay, reservation to the economically weaker section. Provided 10% reservation to economically weaker section in matter of which employment? In matter of nothing but, okay, public employment. Fine. So these are the 6 clauses, okay, that are mentioned under what? That are mentioned under Article 16. What Article 16 says that no person shall be, okay, denied equality of opportunity in the matter of whom? In the matter of public employment. No one shall be discriminated on what? On these 7 grounds that is, okay, there. Third thing, it says that only Parliament can make, okay, what is the criteria? Residence is a criteria. This power doesn't lie with the state legislature. It talks about reservation in jobs for whom? Reservation in jobs for backward classes. Who are the backward classes? Socially, educationally, SC, ST. For that, reservation can be provided. Next, if it is a matter of any religious things, reservation can be done, okay, to people from that particular, okay, group, and this will not be treated as what? This will not be treated as a discrimination based on religion. And the last, okay, it says that what? Okay, 10% reservation to which type of people? Economically weaker section, and this provision was added by 103rd Amendment. Clear? So these are, okay, what? These are the provisions you are getting under Article 16 of the Constitution. So what are the difference? What are the difference you are finding? Now, remember, we discussed first, okay, what? First Amendment, and First Amendment has added what? Has added reservation for whom? Reservation for, okay, the backward classes, backward caste, in the matter of whom? Education. Remember Champakam Duraihajan case, and after that which amendment has been passed? First Amendment has been passed. This was done in case of nothing but, okay, 1953. Clear? Now, Article 340 of our Constitution, Article 340 of the Constitution provide powers to whom? Provide powers to the President to appoint commission. This provide powers to the President to appoint commission for looking into welfare of whom? For looking into welfare of SC and ST. Sorry, for looking into welfare of OBC. Fine. So Article 340 gave powers to whom? Gave powers to the President to appoint a commission for looking into welfare of okay, OBCs, and that's why 2 commission has been appointed under this article. One is called as what? One is called as a Kaka-Kelekar Commission. This commission has been appointed. This was appointed in 1953. So one commission that has been appointed under this provision is Kaka-Kelekar Commission. And the second important committee or commission that was appointed was Mandal Commission in 1978. So these two, okay, what? These 2 commission has been appointed under what? Under nothing but, okay, Article 340 of the Constitution. Okay? So Article 340 provides powers to who? Provides power to the President to appoint a commission for looking into welfare of whom? Welfare of OBCs, and that's why 2 commission has been appointed. One is called as a Kaka-Kelekar Commission, another is called as a Mandal Commission. Fine. Now, it is a Mandal Commission that recommended for whom? That recommended for 27% reservation in jobs for whom? In jobs for OBCs. Okay. So Mandal Commission analyzed the issues of, okay, issues of nothing but, okay, backward caste, and it recommended 27% reservation for OBCs in case of jobs. Clear? Now we discussed Mandal Commission was appointed when in 1978. Which government appointed Mandal Commission? It was Janata Party government. So you saw 1975 to 1977 emergency provision was there. Emergency was imposed. After that election has happened, Indira Gandhi lost the power. Okay, Janata Party government came into power. So it is okay. This commission was appointed by Janata Party government, but Janata Party government was a coalition government. Okay, they again quickly lost the power. Okay, and again in 1918, okay, who became prime minister? Indira Gandhi became nothing but okay prime minister. So by the time Mandal Commission report was submitted, okay, power change has happened. When power change has happened, okay, government decided not to accept which report? Mandal Commission report, that is okay. Clear? So Mandal Commission report were not implemented by nothing but okay the new government, because the commission was created by older government. So new government did not okay accepted the recommendation, did not implemented the Mandal Commission report. Fine. Now in 1989, you will see VP Singh government coming into power. In 1989, VP Singh government is coming into power. Okay, and okay, they decided to implement which report? They decided to implement the Mandal Commission report. Okay, they decided to implement which report? Mandal Commission report. And it was okay what? It was okay. Report was saying 27% reservation for the OBC. This is what okay the report is saying. So they decided to okay implement it. So after okay what? After almost 10 years, you see nothing but okay what? You see Mandal Commission report were something that were implemented. Fine. Now, what you find is okay. What you find is with this particular okay decision was wide-scale protest. Okay, you'll find wide-scale protest in case of India against nothing but okay what? Against nothing but okay this particular decision. Fine. Why this wide-scale protest started? Why this wide-scale protest started? The first thing that you have to keep in mind is before 1990s. You know that before 1991 we adopted LPG from when? 1991. Liberalization, privatization, globalization, this started from 1991. So before 1991, whatever jobs are available are which type of job? Government job, because private sector is not much present. Okay, only which sectors are present? Public sector. Everything is under the control of who? Government. Okay. Now everything is under the control of the government means most of the jobs are provided by who? Provided by the government, because private is not much present in case of India. Okay. So when most of this okay jobs are provided by the government and okay there okay what is happening? Reservation of seats are being done. Then okay what will happen? Upper caste okay will not get what? Upper caste will not get what? Much of jobs okay that is okay there, because now jobs are reserved for the other sections. Okay, earlier seats were open, anybody can be recruited, but now on 27% will not be recruited. So what you see is okay. That's why you see upper okay what? Upper caste okay. Led a huge protest against whom? Led a huge protest against nothing but okay this particular decision that okay this will minimize, this is unfair, caste based okay what? Caste based reservations are being done. It is violation of whom? It is a violation of Article 16, because Article 16 says that what? That okay no one should be discriminated on the basis of whom? Caste okay that is okay there. So there was a huge upscale protest okay that is okay there. Okay? And because of this, okay, BJP who was supporting VP Singh government, BJP pulled out the powers. VP Singh government collapsed. Okay, that is okay there. And okay, what you see is okay. Again, election will happen in 1991. You see nothing but okay, Narasimha Rao government is coming into power. Okay, so when Narasimha Rao government is coming into power, you'll see nothing but okay what this okay was slightly changed. This was slightly changed, and along with the 27% reservation which was given to the OBCs. 10% reservation were also recommended for whom? EWS, okay? Economically weaker sections, okay, that is okay there. Clear? So what you see is okay, Narasimha Rao government is okay what? Narasimha Rao government is bringing 10% reservation for not only 27% reservation for not only OBC, but 10% reservation also for whom? EWS, economically weaker section. They proposed this one, okay? Now, this okay what? This was challenged in the court. This was challenged in the court. As we discussed, it is being considered as a violation of which one? Violation of Article 16, because caste based okay you are providing, so it is considered as a violation of Article 16. So this provision was something that was challenged. Okay. Now the case okay is now known as what? This case is now known as Indira Shawne versus Union of India. So this case is now referred as what? Indira Shawne versus Union of India. This you have to keep in mind. Clear? So in this case, okay, this decision of Narasimha Rao government was challenged, and decision, okay, Supreme Court gave the decision in 1993. What were the major recommendation? What were the major judgment of, okay, this one? So the first judgment, okay, that Supreme Court gave was what? It upheld, okay, which reservation? 27% reservation, but okay, cancels, okay, which reservation? 10% EWS reservations, okay. So first decision that was, okay, made was it upheld that 27% reservation. This was, okay, upheld for OBC, that this is not violating constitution, that is okay there, but okay, what was, okay, cancelled was what? 10% EWS. Why it was upheld and why it was cancelled? Why it was upheld, why it was cancelled? Okay, because, okay, just now we discussed under Article 16, okay, what is happening? Certain exceptions are there, reservation can be given to whom? Given to the backward classes, okay, on which ground? Socially and educationally backward class. But what is not mentioned? What is not mentioned? Two grounds are mentioned for backward class. What is socially and educationally? What is not mentioned? Economically is not mentioned. Okay, so that's why Supreme Court, okay, what Supreme Court says that, okay, 27% reservation is correct because it is as per the constitution, okay, but economically is not mentioned, so that's why, okay, what will happen, this 10% EWS is not correct, okay. So they upheld this particular reservation and they nothing but, okay, what, cancel this one. Why this 10% EWS was brought? Why this 10% EWS were brought? So as we discussed, okay, there was, okay, what, there was a certain issue also with regard to Mandal Commission. Remember, Mandal Commission recommended 27% reservation, but last caste census, if you remember, when we discussing about census, we discussed last caste census was done when? We discussed, okay, yeah, last caste census was done in 1931. Remember this census we have discussed that, okay, in 2027 census you are finding what? Caste census is being taken, okay. So the last caste census was done when? In the 1931. We don't have updated data. After 1931, what had happened? Population composition has changed. Second thing, okay, what will happen? Partition has been done. Other thing has been done. So what you see is, okay, the caste data that is available on the basis of which this reservation is being proposed is not correct. Okay, that is what one of the issues that were there with the Mandal Commission recommendation, because no caste census and other census were nothing but, okay, conducted after that. Okay, that is okay there. So that was one major issue that is okay there. Clear? Second major issue is what? Okay, the major demand was of, okay, upper caste was what? That even if we are poor also, we can't afford nothing but, okay, what? We can't afford nothing but, okay, education, other things. So we should also be provided reservation, that is okay there. So that's why this, okay, what? This 10% EWS was brought in order to nothing but, okay, pacify the, okay, grievances of whom? Grievances of nothing but, okay, upper caste people, that is okay there. Clear? But, okay, since the term economically is not mentioned, only which is mentioned, socially and educationally is mentioned, this was something that was, okay, cancelled by the Supreme Court in the Indira Shawne judgment. Okay. Second thing, Supreme Court, okay, came out with a, okay, maximum clause for reservation. The maximum reservation shall not exceed how much? Shall not exceed 50%. Maximum reservation shall not exceed how much? 50%. Why it should not exceed 50%? To make a balance between what? Upliftment and administrative efficiency. To make a balance between whom? Upliftment and administrative efficiency. Okay, because you know that different cutoff goes for whom? For general, for OBC, for ST. Okay, so let's say someone from ST, okay, will get lower marks. Someone from general may get higher marks, but okay, he may qualify, he may not qualify because of different cutoff range. Okay, that is okay there. So what you see is, okay, when you are, okay, what, when you are trying to uplift these groups, okay, then what is happening? Meritorious students are, okay, what, the one who is getting more marks is out of, okay, what, out of nothing but, okay, the jobs. So this will impact what? This will impact nothing but, okay, efficiency. This will impact efficiency, that is okay there. So that's why, okay, we have to balance both. Okay, we have to also see that upliftment is, okay, also there of, okay, communities, but we have to also see that administration is not compromised, efficiency is not compromised. So that's why maximum ceiling for reservation were kept as what? 50%. That 50%, okay, you can reserve it, and 50%, okay, you have to focus on nothing but, okay, merit, so that administrative efficiency is being balanced, okay. 13. On this judgment, okay, they came out that only this, okay, 27% reservation for OBC will only apply to which type of OBC? Okay, will only apply to non-creamy layer OBC. Will only apply to non-creamy layer OBC. It will not be applied to whom? Creamy layer. Okay, it will not be applied to creamy layer OBCs. Okay, they will not be, okay, getting this benefit of reservation. Only who shall be getting the benefit of reservation? Okay, non-creamy layer, that is okay there. Why? Why? Because creamy layer are already having education, already having nothing but, okay, good status in the society. So that's why, okay, the benefit of reservation should be confined to non-creamy layer. So this concept of creamy layer they are also introduced in the judgment. In the shown judgment. Okay, as a result, okay, a committee was created called as a Ramanandan committee. This committee was created to identify criteria for creamy and non-creamy. Who will come under creamy? Who will not come under creamy? This criteria will be identified, okay, and this committee was created, Ramanandan committee was created to identify the criteria for creamy versus non-creamy, that is okay, clear? So for example, anyone, what is the current criteria for the creamy? Anyone whose parents are in group 1 or class 1 services, then he will be coming under which layer? Service creamy. And anyone whose parents are under the government group 1 and class 1 service, okay, that is okay there, clear? Anyone whose both parents are recruited directly in group 2 and before, okay, what, before 40 years of age they have been promoted to group 1, okay, then they also will come under what? They also will come under nothing but, okay, creamy layer. Let's say you are occupying any constitutional post, then what will happen? Then also you will come under which layer? Creamy layer, okay, that is okay there. You are a judge, you are, okay, what, president, governor. So if you are, okay, occupying any nothing but, okay, this particular post, then, okay, what will happen? You will also come under which layer? Creamy layer, that is okay there, clear? So these are some of the criteria based on what? Based on the parents, okay, what? Parents' job, parents' criteria. Based on, okay, what? Based on, okay, income. Your income should be what? Your income should be less than how much lakh? 8 lakh. If it is less than 8 lakh, then what will happen? You are under nothing but, okay, non-creamy layer. If more than 8 lakh family income is there, okay, means parent income, then you will be classified under which one? Classified under nothing but, okay, creamy layer. So that criteria is also there, income criteria. Then there is, okay, another professional criteria that is also there. What is the professional criteria? Like doctors, engineers, okay, chartered accountant, okay. So in that case also you will be what? You will be nothing but, okay, identified under which layer? Identified under nothing but, okay, creamy layer, okay. So this concept of creamy and non-creamy layer also came under what? Also came under the Shortage judgment, that is okay there, clear? Another thing, this judgment says that reservation only applied at which level? Reservation only applied at entry level, okay. It says reservation only applied at which level? Entry level in jobs, okay, that is okay there, clear? So that is okay, what another judgment that was okay saying that reservation only applied at entry level. What is entry level? Let's say this is a, okay, what, this is a hierarchy of the government. You are being recruited at this position. So reservation will only applied at which level? At entry level, not at this level. When you are being promoted, not at this level, only reservation will be applied at which level? Entry level, that is okay there, clear? So this is another thing, okay, that came out in case of nothing but, okay, Indra Shone judgment, fine. And the last thing that it came out is, okay, that there should not be any carry forward. There should not be any carry forward because maximum ceiling is how much? Maximum ceiling is nothing but, okay, 50%, okay, reservation. Now, what is this carry forward? Now, suppose what is happening is, let's say 100 vacancies are coming, let's say for PSI examination. So there is a PSI examination, 100 vacancies are something that are coming. As we discussed, as per this, how much, okay, should be maximum? 50 seats for, let's say, for unreserved category, and 50 seats is for which category? Reserved category. Fine. Let's say once the final recruitment exams are conducted, final recruitment has been done, Out of this, government selected, let's say 93%. Okay, finally, how many you saw? Okay, government selected 93%. Government selected. Out of this, okay, they have filled 49 of who? 49 from reserved, and left, okay, 44 from where? From the unreserved category. Okay, so 49 from unreserved and 44 from nothing but okay reserved category. That is what recruitment were done. Total of how many persons were selected? 93%. How many vacancies are still left? 7 vacancies here is left. No, 44 is recruited. 6 vacancies here is left. 1 vacancy here is left. Total of how many vacancies are left? 7 vacancies. Now, suppose this was a reservation in 2025. 2026 up. Now, suppose 100, again 100 vacancies are there. 100 vacancies again is coming in 2026. Now, again as per, okay, what is there? 50 reserved and 50 unreserved. This is going to be there. But we have, okay, vacancies also from what? Previous year also. This also has to be added. So, what will happen is, okay, now we have how many vacancies now? Instead of 100, we have now total of 107. So 2026, okay, total of how many vacancies now are available? 107, okay, because 7 vacancies were there from the previous year, okay. So total vacancies now became 107. What is 50% of this? 51 and 56, okay, that is a 50%. As per 50% criteria, what is there? Yeah, 53, okay, let's say 53, 54 you can take, or 54, 53, okay, you can take, okay, this is a criteria. Because, okay, maximum, okay, reservation should be how much? 50% only, not more than that, okay, that is okay. So, what you see is, okay, this, okay, what? This means, okay, the vacancies are not being carried forward. Okay, this means vacancies are not being carried forward. Because, okay, here which vacancies has been left? If this 6 vacancies is unreserved vacancies. So, let's say for 2026 we have 50 reserved and 50 unreserved. This 6 should be added in reserve category. So 56 should be what? Now reserve category. And this 1 should be added in unreserved. So 51 should be what? Unreserved category. Okay, there. If, okay, what? If we are going like this, then okay, what will happen? We are carrying forward the vacancies from previous year to this year. Otherwise, we are not carrying forward the vacancies from the previous year. That is okay. Clear? So what you see is, okay, carry forward was something that was not allowed. That is okay there. Clear? So these judgment came under which, okay, case? These judgment came under the Indra Shawni case. Huh?
The remaining last previous year remaining 7 seats. How they are filled?
Come again. What?
In last year 25 year in this case. 7 cases are remaining. How that remaining 7 cases are filled?
Again examination will be conducted. Okay, like whatever examination pattern is there, you will follow the examination pattern. But these vacancies should, on these vacancies you have to recruit whom?
Where they are added, reserved or unreserved?
No, that's what we are coming. Okay, that, okay, if we are going via, okay, this method, then vacancies are not being carried forward. But if you are going via this method, then what will happen? Vacancies are being carried forward. But okay, what this judgment came in this case, that vacancy should not be carried forward. That is okay. Clear? So this was a judgment that came out in case of Indra Shawni case. Okay. So these 5 judgments. Okay. As a result, you see nothing but, okay, what 2 amendments were done into the constitution. What were the 2 amendments? So as we discussed, okay, one was what was allowed, carry forward was allowed, and this was okay added by which amendment? 81st amendment. That is okay there. And another what was done was reservation in promotion also were allowed for whom? For SC/ST. Remember, it is not applied for OBC. It is only applied for whom? Only applied for SC and ST. Because, okay, what in Indra Shawni judgment is coming? What in Indra Shawni judgment is coming? That, okay, reservation should, okay, be at entry level, should not be applied to whom? Promotion. Okay, it should be only at which level? It should only be entry level, not at the promotion level. But why they are doing amendment in the constitution? To okay, allow reservation in which, okay, one reservation in promotion also, that is okay. Clear? Any doubt? So what you see is, okay, these judgments are coming from Indra Shawni, and after Indra Shawni judgment, government brought 2 amendments. One is 77 amendment, another is what? 81st amendment. With 77, okay, amendment, they allowed what? Reservation in promotion, okay, and with 81st amendment, they allowed for what? Carry forward route. Okay, clear? Any doubt regarding this one? So these are, okay, what? These are the judgment that is coming from the Indra Shawni case, that is okay. Clear? Now,
we can re-examine. after this amendment, India's case still after can be re-examined.
Indra Shawna judgment can be re-examined. Okay, yeah, you can challenge the provision that this is there. So now we are coming to the next case. Okay, so after this case, what is happening is what another case was there, which was M Nagaraj case. Okay, this case was there. This was happened in 2006. M Nagaraj case versus Union of India. This case has happened in 2006. Now, in this case, this this was challenged, that amendment that we have done, 77th amendment, which allowed reservation in promotion, and also nothing but carry forward rule. Okay, 81st amendment. All these amendments were challenged because this is against whom? This is against which judgment? Against something but Indra Shawna judgment. So this is being challenged in the case of nothing but the court that is there. Whether reservation in promotion should be there or carry forward rule should be there or not. Now in M Nagaraj versus Union of India case, Supreme Court upheld both these amendments. That reservation in promotion is there. SC/ST can get reservation in promotion, and also nothing but the carry forward rule were also upheld. So these amendments were upheld by nothing but upheld by the Supreme Court, that is there. Yeah? But Supreme Court came up with one thing, that you have to come up with what? You have to come up with a quantifiable data. You have to come up with which data? Quantifiable data. Quantifiable data means you can provide reservation to SC/ST in promotion only when SC and ST are not adequately represented at which level? At the higher level. If they are not adequately represented at the higher level, then only you can provide what? Reservation in promotion. Because why you are providing reservation? You want to uplift. But if they are already at the higher level, then what will happen? You don't need to nothing but promote it, uplift it. But so you have to come out with which data? Quantifiable data. You have to come out with a quantifiable data. That quantifiable data is something that is required for reservation in promotion. If you don't have a quantifiable data, you can't go for nothing but reservation in promotion, that is there. So this is coming in which case? This is coming in case of nothing but M Nagaraj case versus Union of India. Next, another case is something that is there. Now this is called as the Jarnal Singh case of 2018. This is of Jarnal Singh case of nothing but 2018. So what you see is Jarnal Singh case says what? Jarnal Singh case, Supreme Court says that this is not required. What is not required? Quantifiable data is not required. Now you don't require quantifiable data for promotion of SC and ST, that is clear. So they have reversed the judgment of M Nagaraj. M Nagaraj says that quantifiable data is required. But in Jarnal Singh case, they they took back this particular thing and say that no, quantifiable data is not necessary for promotion. Why they took it back? Why they took it back? Why they took it back? There must be some reasons, no? For taking it back. Why they took it back?
Reservation means they can go out for position. Other than who are eligible to go, they are not taking that.
Okay, fine. So if you are removing quantifiable data means what? Then anybody can be promoted, no? Quantifiable data means what?
Anybody.
Quantifiable data means not anybody. Quantifiable data means it requires the data. If SC/ST are not adequately there, then SC/ST need to be promoted. But if there is no quantifiable data means what? Anybody can be promoted. Whether SC/ST is already there in large number, they can still be promoted. Because no quantifiable data is now necessary. Earlier quantifiable data means what? If SC/ST are not there, then you have to promote it. But now if this is being taken away, then what will happen? If SC/ST are already there in case of then also you can promote it. If they are more representation also, then you can promote it. Why they took it back? Why this decision was taken? This decision was mainly taken because we discussed the caste hierarchy. That there is there is nothing but the SC and ST are more of untouchable, being treated as a more touchable, more outcast in the society. So promoting them to higher level will give them what? Will give them certain social status recognition, that is there, and this will allow them to quickly get uplifted, that is there. That's why this quantifiable data provision is what? is taken back in this particular case, which is called as a General Singh case of nothing but 2018. Fine, any doubt regarding this particular case? Now, in 2019, what government did? Government brought an amendment. What amendment were brought? What amendment were brought? So we just now discussed, okay, that amendment introduced what? This amendment introduced 10%, okay, for whom? 10% for nothing but okay, economically weaker section. Okay, so in 2019, amendment were okay brought, and this amendment, okay, what? This amendment introduces okay 10% for which one? EWS, economically weaker section. So this exception was done. The 10% okay reservation should be given to whom? To the economically weaker section. So this was added in 2019 case, okay, that is okay. Now, when this was added 10% okay for EWS in 2019, again this was what? Again this was challenged. Okay, why this was challenged? Because already 10% EWS has been cancelled by whom? Cancelled by nothing but okay, the Supreme Court in Indra Swamy case. Again you are bringing 10% EWS, okay, that is okay there. So again, okay, this provision is something that is okay being challenged. Okay. So next okay case, okay, in which Supreme Court hearing this is okay, Janhit Abhiyan. Okay, so this was okay challenge in Janhit Abhiyan case. Okay, this was in 2022. Okay, so Janhit Abhiyan case of nothing but okay 2022. In this case, what you see is okay what? In this case, Supreme Court upheld the EWS 10%. Now, why they have upheld this time? Why they have upheld this okay 10%? Because in Indra Swamy case they cancelled it. Okay, but why they upheld this okay this time? Because earlier, okay, only what was mentioned in the constitution, socially and educationally. The term economically was not mentioned. But this time you have already done what? Constitutional amendment, and you have added the term economically into constitution. So when already the term is there, then what will happen? This reservation, this exception can be upheld. Okay, that is okay there. So why you see, okay, you see nothing but okay this okay 10% EWS were upheld in the case of nothing but okay what? In case of Janhit Abhiyan case, that is okay. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So this is how okay reservation concept is originating over several cases, that is okay there. So from Indra Swamy judgment, you saw nothing but okay they came out that carry forward it cannot be there. Okay, maximum ceiling should be how much? 50%. Reservation is only applied at which level? Entry level, not at promotion level. These okay what government came up with the amendment, 77th amendment and 81st amendment. These amendment were challenged in M. Nagaraj case. Okay, amendment were upheld, but Supreme Court came out with that quantifiable data is necessary for reservation in promotion. This judgment was taken back in okay what General Singh case. In General Singh case, they say that okay no quantifiable data is required. Then in 2019 we discussed what? We discussed okay EWS amendment were done. Okay, economically were added, and okay you saw nothing but okay what? You saw nothing but okay the 10% reservation were granted. This was challenged in case of Janhit Abhiyan case, and in Janhit Abhiyan case this was upheld. Fine, any doubt regarding this particular thing? So especially in the mains examination, you can okay get this type of question that okay discuss the historical evolution of okay what reservation in India through various judgment of Supreme Court. So you have to mention about what? You have to mention about Indra Swamy judgment, M. Nagaraj case. You have to mention about okay what? Mention about okay the General Singh case and Janhit Abhiyan case. Okay, clear? Now, apart from this, okay, there are certain other things that you have to keep in mind. Now, in 2017, okay, there was a commission that was created called as the Justice Rohani Commission. Justice Rohani Commission for sub-classification of OBC. So what was created? Justice Rohani Commission were created for which classification? Sub-classification of OBCs. Okay, clear? Now, why this commission was created? Because it was okay alleged that okay most of the reservation benefit of 27% is going to whom? Going to few caste only. Okay, most of the benefit of 27% reservation is going to whom? Going to be few caste only. That okay, clear? Justice Rohani Commission is identifying okay 97 caste 97 caste in OBC is responsible for maximum benefit of reservation. Okay, rest of the OBC caste is not getting much benefit of not getting much benefit of reservation, that is okay there. Clear? So within OBCs you have many castes. Okay, so within OBC you have many castes. So who is getting the benefit of reservation? Only 97 castes are getting nothing but benefit of reservation. Rest of the caste is not getting nothing but much of the benefit. Fine. For example, now if you see this, this is basically the as we discussed when Rohini Commission was set up, 2017. Now how many OBC castes are there? 2633 OBC castes are there. Okay, we discussed Rohini Commission saying who is enjoying the benefit. Only 97 castes out of these 2633 are enjoying the benefit. Rest are not getting the benefit of whom? Rest are not getting the benefit of reservation. Okay, rest are not getting nothing but benefit of reservation. This is what Justice Rohini Commission is something that is talking about. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So that is the reason why this commission was something that was created. Justice Rohini Commission was created. Rohini Commission saying that there should be nothing but what? There should be 4 classification. Okay, there should be 4 classification of nothing but the yes, you can see this one. Rohini Commission is providing about 4 category formula for equitable distribution of OBC quota. Okay, so how much? 27% reservation has to be classified into what? Has to be classified into nothing but 4 different quotas. That is there. Okay, so this is what this is what came out from nothing but what? This is what came out from nothing but Justice Rohini Commission, that is there. Clear? So it is trying to categorize the reservation into 4 different categories. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is there. Okay, and what you are getting is what? What you are getting is these 97 castes. So these 97 castes, which is getting most of the benefit, they have been what? They have been given, the criteria is 10%, 8%, 7%, 2%. These 97% castes should now get how much allocation? 2% allocation. So total of how many is there? 10 plus 8 is how much? 18 plus 7 is how much? 25. 25 plus 2 is how much? 27%. So this 27% reservation has to be categorized into what? Categorized into 4 different categories, and the caste that is getting maximum benefit of reservation should get only how much allocation? 2% allocation. Rest should be divided into other groups. That is there. Okay, so that every caste gets the benefit of benefit of reservation. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So instead of instead of nothing but only certain caste getting the benefit of reservation, for more for more equitable distribution, you require nothing but you require this categorization, sub classification, that is there. So this is what you are finding with regard to Justice Rohini Commission recommendation. So that's why this commission recommendation is still not being this commission recommendation is still not being implemented. Okay, this is much in much in news, but is still not being implemented because of because of nothing but various administrative issues. Even parties are worrying that this will lead to internal classification of OBCs. Okay, so the party that are relying on OBC votes, they are saying that this will lead to division among OBC votes and etc. Because some will get benefit, others will not get benefit. So they will say that they will say that internal voting is or internal problems are going to be there under the OBC. That's why Justice Roni Commission is still not being accepted. Clear? Any doubt? So what is Justice Roni Commission? Why it has been created? For sub-classification of OBCs. Why sub-classification is necessary? Yeah, so that benefit of reservation reaches to every section, every OBC caste. It is not only confined to advanced OBC caste only, and not going to the not going to those OBC which is less in priority. That is clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? Now, two other things that is there is, till now we discussed the creamy layer concept only applies to OBCs. We discussed OBCs has been divided into what? Creamy and non-creamy layer, and only non-creamy layer is eligible for reservation. Fine. But in case of in E.V. Chinaya case of 2003, Supreme Court defined SC caste as what? SC caste as homogeneous. Supreme Court defined SC caste as what? Homogeneous. Homogeneous means what? You have studied about homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. What is homogeneous mixture? Homogeneous means let's say what will happen is when you are taking a water and you are dissolving sugar in water, what will happen? After a certain point of time, you can't separate sugar and water, because it is which type of mixture? Homogeneous. Everything is mixed together. You deposit sand under the water, then what will happen? It is also mixture, but sand will settle at what? Bottom, and after a certain point of time, you can differentiate. So homogeneous means you cannot separate it. Heterogeneous means what? You can separate it. That is there. Clear? So earlier in E.V. Chinaya case, Supreme Court says that SC caste is which type of caste? Homogeneous. Homogeneous means what? They cannot be separated. That is there. So you can't divide them into which layer? Creamy layer and non-creamy layer. That is there. No classification, no separation can be done because they are homogeneous. So this is what they have given in the E.V. Chinaya case. That is there. Clear? But in the recent 2024 case, which was Davinder Singh versus State of Punjab, now the Supreme Court has said what? Supreme Court has said that the SC can be also sub-classified into what? Creamy and non-creamy. SC can also be classified into creamy and non-creamy. That is there. Clear? So they can be classified. They are not homogeneous. Now they can be classified into what? Separated into what? Creamy as well as nothing but non-creamy layer. This decision is coming in 2024, Davinder Singh versus State of Punjab case. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So these points you have to keep in mind with regard to what? With regard to reservation and Article 16 of the Constitution. Clear? Any doubt regarding this one? So what does Article 16 says? What does Article 16 says? That no person shall be denied opportunity, equal opportunity in what? Employment. No one shall be discriminated on which 7 grounds? Religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, descent and residence. Exception, what are exception? What are exception? Who can make an exception? Only Parliament can make a law regarding what? Residence. Second exception is what? Second exception is reservation can be provided to whom? Provided to backward classes, and this backward classes also include SC and ST. Clear? Third thing, we discussed 4A was added by which amendment? 77th amendment, and it allows what? Reservation in promotion for whom? SC and ST. And 4B was added by 81st amendment. This allows for which rule? Carry forward rule to continue. Then we discussed clause 5 says that if it is a religious matter, religious persons can be appointed. And clause 6, okay, added which one? Economically weaker section 103rd amendment were done. Clear? And what cases you have to remember it? What cases you have to remember it? First is which case? Indra Shami case. Okay, what was the issue in this case? Issue was, okay, whether reservation to OBC and EWS is correct or not. So these judgment came out in what? Okay, Indra Shami case, then came what? M. Nagaraj case. In M. Nagaraj case, okay, 77th and 81st amendment were challenged. What was the judgment? That quantifiable data is required for promotion. In General Singh case, they took it back and say that no quantifiable data is required for the promotion. Then you have to keep in mind which case? Janita Vian case. Janita Vian case, okay, what was upheld? 10% EWS, okay, were upheld. Remember this Justice Roni Commission created for whom? Sub-classification, that is okay there. And okay, report of Justice Roni Commission is still not implemented. Clear? Then you have to okay keep in mind these two cases, E.V. Chinaya case, where Supreme Court says that what SC caste are what homogeneous. Homogeneous means they can't be separated into creamy and non-creamy. But now in 2024, judgment has been reversed and says that okay, their classification can also be done into creamy and non-creamy. Clear? Any doubt regarding this one? Write down Article 16 of the Constitution. Article 16 states that no person shall be discriminated. No person shall be discriminated in the public employment. And equal opportunity for all citizens. And equal opportunity for all citizens are there in government jobs. Equal opportunities for all citizens is there in government jobs. Equal opportunity for all citizens is there in government jobs. Point number 2. It forbid, F-O-R-B-I-D, forbid discrimination. It forbid discrimination on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, descent and residence. Next point. Descent and residence. However, clause 3 provide an exception that Parliament can impose residency conditions. For appointment in certain states. Residency condition for appointment in certain states. Next point. Okay. Reservation can be provided to backward classes. In public services. Can be provided to the backward classes in public services. For SC and ST and OBC. In bracket you write down socially and educationally, bracket close, by the state. by the state. By the state. Para change it around. Later on, next one. Okay, next one. Later on, 77th and 81st Amendment were passed. 77th and 81st Amendment were passed. 81st Amendment were passed, which added clause 4A and 4B. Which added clause 4A and 4B. Which added clause 4A and 4B. 4B. Clause 4A and 4B. That is reservation in promotion. That is reservation in promotion for SC and ST. Reservation in promotion for SC and ST. And carry forward of the vacancies. Carry forward of the vacancies for subsequent years. Carry forward of the vacancies for subsequent year. For subsequent year. Subsequent year. Next we read out. The clause 5. Next point. The clause 5 of this article allows. The clause 5 of this article allows the state to permit employment of a particular religion if it is a religious denomination institutions. If it is a religious denominational institutions. Religious denominational institutions. Hence it allows institution to restrict. It allows institution to restrict. Hence it allows institution to restrict certain rules, such as temple, priest, mosque, to the practitioners of specific faith. Temple, priest, mosque, to the practitioner of specific faith. To the practitioner of specific faith. And this will not be treated as a ground for discrimination on religion. This will not be treated as a ground for discrimination on religion. Ground for discrimination on religion. Next year reading. Last one. Clause 6 allows for reservation for economically weaker section. Reservation for economically weaker section up to 10%. Economically weaker section up to 10% in public employment. Up to 10% in public employment. It also emphasized on judicial scrutiny. Of reservation policies. Para change write down important cases related to Article 16. Important cases related to Article 16. First we write down. Indra Shawnee versus Union of India. Indra Shawnee versus Union of India. Indra Shawnee versus Union of India. Right. In this case, Supreme Court. upheld the 20% reservation, 27% reservation, upheld the 27% reservation for the OBCs, but cancelled 10%, reservation, for SC and ST. Cancel the 10% reservation for economically weaker sections. Cancel the 10% reservation for economically weaker section. Number 2, it provided maximum ceiling. Of reservation to 50%. Maximum ceiling of reservation to 50%. So as to maintain a balance between administrative efficiency and social justice. Number 3. The concept of creamy layer. Was introduced. And it was directed that reservation benefit should only applies to, reservation benefit will only applies to non-creamy layer OBCs. Next we are adding point number 4. The carry forward rule. In case of unfulfilled vacancies, the carry forward rule in case of unfulfilled vacancies is valid but 50% ceiling limit should not be violated. Fine. So these are okay. Important thing. And one more line okay. Reservation only applies to entry level and not at promotional level. Second, you read on M. Nagaraj case versus Union of India. M. Nagaraj case versus Union of India. In this case, In this case, 77th and 81st Amendment were challenged. th and 81st Amendment were challenged, and Supreme Court ruled that the state was not bound to. Supreme Court ruled that the state was not bound to provide. State was not bound to provide reservation in promotion. Was not bound to provide reservation in promotion to SC and ST. Reservation in promotion to SC and ST. But if any state wish to make such a provision, it need to collect quantifiable data. It need to collect quantifiable data on the backwardness of the class. Quantifiable data on the backwardness of the class. And the efficiency of administration should not be compromised. And efficiency of administration should not be compromised. Should not be compromised. Hence it upheld the 77th Amendment. It upheld the 77th Amendment. Clear? So we discussed what is required. Quantifiable data is required, and Supreme Court upheld this in M. Nagaraj case. Next we write down Journal Singh case. Journal Singh case 2018. Right. In this case, Supreme Court held that the reservation in promotion. Supreme Court held that reservation in promotion does not require the state to collect quantifiable data. State to collect quantifiable data on the backwardness of SC and ST. Quantifiable data on the backwardness of SC and ST. On the backwardness of SC and ST. The court also held that creamy layer exclusion extend to SC and ST. Creamy layer exclusion extend to SC and ST. Fine. So no quantifiable data is required. Okay, this was done in which case? Journal Singh case. Next we write down Janhit Abhiyan versus Union of India case 2022. Janhit Abhiyan versus Union of India case 2022. The Supreme Court held that 103rd Constitutional Amendment and 10% reservation to economically weaker section is valid. Hence Hence the court validated reservation. Hence the court validated reservation based on economic ground. Validated reservation based on economic ground. Fine. So these are the cases you have to keep in mind related to what? Related to reservation. Next we write down, okay, classification, or rather don't write classification, criteria for creamy layer. Criteria for creamy layer. The Ramanandan committee has been created to identify criteria for creamy layer. It came out with service criteria and income criteria. First we write down regarding service criteria. Point number 1 you write down. It includes children of parents. Parents who are directly recruited in class 1, or group A services. Point number 2, children whose both parents are directly recruited in class 2 or group B services. What do you write? If either parents was promoted from group B to group A, before the age of 40, the children are in the creamy layer. Point number 4, the equivalent executive post in PSU's public sector undertaking, equivalent, okay, position in PSU's, PSB public sector bank, or insurance corporations, Next, the parent holding the rank of colonel and above in the military. Next we write down income criteria. For parent working in private sectors private sectors, businesses, professionals, if total income from sources, if total family income, you added, if total family income from the sources other than the salaries and agricultural land, exceed 8 lakh, for 3 consecutive financial year, then the candidate is considered creamy layer. Point number 2. The well-paid professionals, including doctors, engineers, lawyer, consultant and artist, whose gross business or professional income exceed the threshold, comes under the creamy layer concept. Next we add on heading. Creamy layer classification for SC and ST. Creamy layer classification for SC and ST. First you add on. EV Chinaya case.
So here also Raman condition, sir.
Okay, the criteria is okay. What criteria for SC/ST is going to be same. Okay, what we have done for OBC, the similar criteria will be there for SC and ST also. No committee has been set up. Okay, as such. Okay. Next we write on EV Chinaya case. 2003. In this case, Supreme Court defined scheduled caste as a homogeneous group that cannot be further subdivided. Hence SC and ST are excluded from creamy layer classification, which was also confirmed in Jarnal Singh case. Remember 2018 case, Jarnal Singh. Next, okay, you write down Davinder Singh versus State of Punjab. It is a landmark ruling. In which Supreme Court held that state government have the power State government have the power to create sub-classification. State government have the power to create sub-classification within scheduled caste and scheduled tribes. Within scheduled caste and scheduled tribe, for the purpose of granting preferential reservation benefit. For the purpose of granting preferential reservation benefit. Para change it right. Some subgroup are more backward. Some subgroup are more backward within SC. And as a result, sub-classification is seen as a tool. Sub-classification is seen as a tool to achieve the equality. For the weakest of the weak. Hence, creamy layer classification will also applies to SC and ST. Creamy layer classification is also applied to SC and ST. Will also applies to SC and ST. Last you read on Justice Rohini Commission. It is a four-member panel. Appointed by the president. Under Article 340 of the Indian Constitution. Under Article 340 of the Constitution. Which empowered president to set up a commission. For welfare of OBC. Para change it right. The Justice Rohini Commission was created for sub-categorization of OBC. Created for sub-categorization of OBC as most of the jobs and academic seats are claimed by only 25% of jobs and seats are claimed by only 25% of OBC subcaste. That's why the Rohini Commission divided the total OBC shares. Into four separate bands. Of 10%, 9%, 9%, 6% and 2%. 10%, 9%, 6%, and 2%. 2%. However, their recommendations are not implemented. Their recommendations are not implemented, and even methodology of their recommendation is not implemented, and even methodology of 10%, 8%, 7%, and 2%. Methodology of 10%, 8%, 7%, and 2% is also being proposed. It's also being proposed for subcategorization. Fine. Any doubt regarding this one? So this is all about what? This is all about Article 16 of the Constitution. Okay, so most important article, lot of cases, reservation issues are there under this particular article. So you have to remember this clauses, and you have to remember the exception. Parliament has a power to make residence as a criteria. Parliament can provide reservation in promotion also. You see nothing but carry forward vacancies can be allowed. Then economically weaker section 10% is there. Cases you remember it: Indra Shone, M. Nagraj, Jandal Singh, Janit Abhiyan. Those are the 4 cases. Then you see for SC/ST 2 cases are there: E.V. Chinnaiya and Davinder Singh versus State of Punjab. And Roni Commission has been created for subcategorization of whom? Subcategorization of OBC. So these are the things. Have a break and then we'll start with Article 17. So next two article that you have is Article 17, which talks about abolition of untouchability, and Article 18, which talks about abolition of titles. So as we covered, Article 14 to 18 deals with what? Right to equality. So these are part of your right to equality only, right? The abolition of untouchability and abolition of title. So what is untouchability? This term has not been defined in Constitution. So the term untouchability has not been defined in the Constitution, but the untouchability is being interpreted by the Supreme Court. It is interpreted by the Supreme Court as the historical practice that is prevailing in the society for discrimination against certain caste. Okay. So historical practice that is prevailing in the society for discrimination against certain caste. Okay, this has been what? This has been described as untouchability. So the term untouchability has not been defined in the Constitution, but SC has interpreted it and saying that this is a historical practice that is prevailing in the society, and it is being used for discriminating certain caste. So untouchability is what? Untouchability is abolished in total form. Total form means what? That whether it is practicing form, preaching form, propagating form, in any forms untouchability is something that is abolished. There is a total abolition of nothing but untouchability. So there will be legal consequences if someone is found what? The legal consequences if someone is found practicing untouchability, that is there. So it prohibits everything: preaching, practicing, propagating, encouraging someone to do to do untouchability. So all things are something that are all things are something that are prohibited. So total abolition of untouchability is there. Clear? And state is empowered to make laws for abolition of untouchability and legal consequences related to untouchability. So what are the legal consequences that will arise if someone will practice untouchability? For that, state is empowered to make a law. Fine. So there are two laws that has been created. One is Protection of Civil Right Act. Protection of Civil Right Act 1955 and SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act. Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989. So two important laws that you are finding. One is Protection of Civil Right Act 1955 and another is SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989. Yeah. Now what is protection of this Civil Right Act 1955? This Protection of Civil Right Act 1955 is protecting the rights of untouchables. This is protecting the rights of untouchable, and this is providing them civil rights, all the civil right to access different areas, premises. They will not be treated as untouchables. So that is what mentioned under Protection of Civil Right Act. While SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act 1989 empowered SC/ST to file a case, speedy trials of those cases. In case of any atrocities, they can file a case and a speedy trial will be conducted on such particular cases. Fine, any doubt regarding this one? So this is what SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act is there. Yeah. So this act is not only protecting them from untouchability, but also any other type of atrocities are there. Any other type of atrocities means mental harassment, any other type of caste slur, that you are saying to people of SC and ST. So what you see is they can file a case and a speedy trial can be nothing but conducted in such particular cases. So SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act. So these two acts has been created, and untouchability is what? Untouchability is totally abolished. Clear? Next, Article 18 is about what? Abolition of titles. Now in British period, certain titles are being given like Rai Bahadur, Khan Bahadur, Okay, and so on. Okay, certain titles are something that are being given under the Britishers period. Fine. Why these titles are being given? Why these titles are being given? These titles show their status, and also these titles are being given based on loyalty towards whom? British. Okay, so more the greater the loyalty, greater will be the title, greater will be the status in the society, privileges in the society. But since we are now moving towards what? Equality. Remember preamble, we talked about equality of status and equality of opportunity. So you can't have different status, and that's why you can't have a different title, because title determines your status, that is there. Clear? So that's why there is a abolition of abolition of titles, that is there. No titles shall be provided by the state. So it says that state cannot provide, Indian state cannot provide any titles to whom? Any title to the citizens. You can't provide any title to the citizen, that is there. And state means both, central government also and state government also. Both can't provide any titles to whom? Any titles to nothing but citizens. Fine. Second thing, the citizens of India can also not accept titles from where? Also cannot accept titles from foreign government. Let's say foreign government is providing a title, then the title also cannot be accepted by whom? The title also cannot be accepted by Indian citizen. Why? Why? Because Indian state has been prohibited. Indian state can't provide a title, but foreign state, in their constitution they are allowing it. So if they are allowing it, what will happen? It can be provided. So if foreign state, foreign country is providing titles, to the Indian citizen, why Indian citizens are being barred? Why Indian citizens are being barred from accepting such titles? Why Indian citizens are being barred? It is because why the titles are being provided? Loyalty towards other country, that is then now if your loyalty is towards other country, what will happen? What will happen to loyalty towards India? It will be compromised. No? Loyalty towards India will be compromised if you have a loyalty towards other country. So that is the reason why Indian citizen can also not accept titles from the foreign country, so that they remain loyal to India, not to any other nation, that is there. So that is another reason why Indians can't accept titles from the foreign countries also. Fine. So Indian state cannot provide any title to Indian citizen. If Indian citizens are there, they can't accept titles also from where? From the foreign countries. What about foreigners? What about foreigners who are working under Indian? Foreigners who are working under Indian government, can they accept the titles? Now it says that foreigners who are working under the Indian government, or holding any trust position, etc., they can accept titles from foreign government only if president approval is there. If president is allowing it, president is giving a permission, then they can accept titles from nothing but foreign government. So foreigners who are working under the Indian government, or foreigners who are holding any trust position in case of India, requires approval of whom? Requires approval of president before accepting any titles from where? Any titles from foreign government, that is there. Also, if they are accepting any gift also, accepting any emolument also from the foreign government, then also they requires whose permission? President permission, that is there. Clear? Any doubt regarding this one? So this is a case of whom? This is a case of nothing but abolition of titles. This is a case of abolition of titles. So titles is what? Indian state cannot provide any title to whom? To the Indian citizen. Indian citizen cannot accept the titles from where? From the foreign government also, that is there. Why? Because we want to ensure that Indian citizens are loyal to whom? Loyal to the Indians. Any foreigners who is working under the Indian government, or any foreigners holding a position of trust in case of India, requires approval of whom? Requires approval of president before accepting any title, and he also have to take president approval if he is accepting any type of gift, any type of emolument, that is there. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular term? So this is all about abolition of titles. Now the question is, what is title? Question is, what is title? Like we discussed, British were providing Rai Bahadur, Khan Bahadur, these type of title. What is title? A recognition. Fine. Any other thing? Any other thing? So can you differentiate between the term titles and award? Award also you give it for recognition. Fine. Award also you give it for who? Recognition. Can you differentiate what is title, what is award? Can you differentiate what is title, what is award? If title is a recognition, so why the term award is being given? With the award also we are recognizing someone, their contribution. Like you see, title is a religious and based on fine. Is these titles are religious in nature? Award is given in the field of expertise. Fine. Any other thing? Any other thing? Any other thing? Then don't you get award for participation? Sometimes you get award also for what? For participation. No? If anyone participated, you provide them award, that is okay there. Okay. So it's not that only if you are excellent then only you will get award. Okay. If you have participated in some event, then also you might receive award. No? Fine. See, titles is something that is being used with the names. Okay. It is either used prefix or suffix. Okay. Before your name or after your name. Something that comes along with your name becomes your what? Becomes your title. Okay. So what you see is title is what? Title is something that you are using along with your name, either before your name or nothing but after your name, that is there. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So as we discussed, we have a total abolition of title, but there is one exception to this clause. There is one exception to this clause. What is the exception? Exception is state can provide which type of title? Military title and academic title. So we discussed Indian state can't provide any title, but exception is two title can be provided by the state. Which are the two titles? Academic title and military title. Okay. For example, sometimes you see doctor something is written with the name. Why the term doctor is added? Academic. If you have done any scholar, PhD and etc., what will happen? The name is added. So it is something that is which type of distinction? Academic distinction. Okay. Second thing, sometimes you see nothing but what? Sometimes you see Mahavir Chakra awardee, or Paramveer Chakra major. This thing you hear the term Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, Veer Chakra. With the names. So it is which kind of things? Military distinction. Okay. So why the state is allowing this type of distinction? Why the state is allowing this type of distinction? That is academic or military. Why the state is allowing? Yeah, because these you earn through your achievement. It is not being granted based on what? Not being granted based on status. It is being granted based on your what? Achievement. So if you are achieving, if you have done something extraordinary in the field of what? Academic, extraordinary in the field of nothing but military, then you will get this title. These titles are earned. This is not being granted by whom? Granted by the state. So that is the reason why these titles are allowed. Other titles are not allowed. There is a total prohibition on other kind of title, because other type of title can be granted by whom? Granted by the state. That is there. So this is what you have to keep in mind. Clear? So we have a total abolition of title. State cannot grant any title to nothing but citizen, except for which type of title? Military title and academic title, that is there, because those titles are not granted by the state, rather earned by the people's people's work, people's achievement. So that's why those titles are something that are being allowed. Fine. And remember, citizens can't accept title also from where? From the foreign. Foreigners can't accept the titles also from foreign government except with the approval of whom? Approval of the president. Yeah. So these are mentioned in the Article 17 and Article 18. Fine. So first we write down regarding Article 17. Article 17. Right down. Abolition of untouchability. Abolition of untouchability. Article 17 abolishes the practice of untouchability. Abolishes the practice of untouchability and prohibit its observance in any form, abolishes the practice of untouchability and prohibits its observance in any form. It mandates that any act enforcing or promoting discrimination, based on untouchability is a punishable offence by law. Punishable offence by law. Hence, it permanently end the practice of historical practice of untouchability. Permanently ends the historical practice of untouchability. And its manifestation in any form, such as social, economic, cultural, social, economic, cultural, historical, etc. As a result, state has come out with two laws. For number one, Protection of Civil Rights Act 1955. This act criminalizes the practice of untouchability. In all forms, and prescribe punishment for individuals or group enforcing untouchability. It also includes preventive practices. To discourage the discriminatory practices of untouchability. Next point. It prescribes penalties for religious, social or public service refusal of untouchability. Next we read second SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act. SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act. SC/ST Prevention of Atrocities Act. The law provides additional layer of protection for SC and ST. Addressing both untouchability and other act of discrimination. It aims to prevent atrocities, harassment and social boycott. Targeting SC and ST. Point number 2. It mandate the creation of special court. For speedy trial of offences. And for number 3, it imposes stringent penalties on offenders. Next we read Article 18 of the Constitution. It abolished the titles. And contain four distinct clauses. That regulate titles. And foreign recognition. First we read article. First clause we read. First point we read. The state cannot grant any title. Except the military or academic distinction. And this restriction applies to both union and state government. This restriction applies to both union and state government. Point number 2 you read. Point number 2. It barred Indian citizens from accepting any titles from the foreign state. from the foreign state. This prevent divided loyalty. This prevent divided loyalties and ensures that citizenship remain free from external influence. Remain free from external influence. Okay. Next, point number 3. Any foreigners holding an office of profit. Any foreigners holding an office of profit or trust. Any foreigners holding an office of profit or trust under the state cannot accept. Under the state cannot accept. Under the state cannot accept foreign titles without approval of President of India. Without approval of President of India. Approval of President of India. And last two item, point number 4. Any person who is holding any profit or trust, is holding under any office of profit or trust, holding any office of profit or trust under the state must obtain president consent. Must obtain the president consent before accepting any present emolument or any office from foreign countries. Emolument or any office from foreign countries. Fine. So these are the 4 clauses that you have to keep in mind dealing with what? Abolition of titles. Fine. You need to regarding this particular thing. Para change and added. Hence, the military distinctions. Such as Paramveer Chakra, Mahavir Chakra, and academic distinction such as doctorate, etc., are allowed under Article 18. Now, there was a case also before the court, whether the awards, national awards like you saw Bharat Ratna, Padma awards, that is Padma Vibhushan, Padma Bhushan, whether these are whether these are titles or awards. Okay. So the government says that these are nothing but Supreme Court says that these are awards, these are not titles. Okay. So hence they can be they can be granted. These are these are awards, these are not titles. Okay, that is clear. So this differentiation also you keep in mind, what is award, what is title, that is there. And simply we discuss title is what? Title is what you use as a prefix or what you use as a suffix, with your name, that is going to be called as a title. Fine. So this is all about what? This is all about your first fundamental right, which is right to equality. So what is right to equality? Article 14 talks about equality before law and equal protection from law. Article 15 says that no one shall be discriminated on the ground of religion, race, caste, sex, place of birth, and it provides reservation in educational institutions. We discuss Article 16, it deals with what? No one shall be discriminated on 7 ground in matters of public employment. And okay, it also provides reservation to SC, ST, OBCs and economically weaker sections in the matter of job. Article 17 deals with abolition of untouchability and Article 18 deals with abolition of taxes. Okay, so now we are moving.
That award will be using as perfect. That awards like if you using as a title,
but it will not be okay. What it will not be recognized. No, these are okay. What you are just mentioning before your names. Okay, but no one else will mention it. You might write okay that I am the awardee of this, but if I have to call you, okay, I will not include that particular thing. Okay, that is okay there. Yeah. So title, okay, means what? Everyone will refer you as that particular person. Okay, but okay, these are awards. Okay, so no one will okay recognize you with okay what that you are Padma Vibhushan awardee or Padma Bhushan awardee. They'll directly call your name for that particular purpose. So now we are coming to the second point, second articles. That is second type of rights, which is right to freedom. So right to equality we have discussed. Now we are moving to right to freedom. Article 19 to 22 deals with what? Deals with right to freedom. Fine. Article 19 deals with 6 type of freedom. It deals with nothing but okay 6 type of freedom. Fine. Originally 7 type of freedom were mentioned. Originally 7 type of freedom were mentioned, but currently how many are present in the constitution? 6 are present. And okay, the one which has been deleted is what? Is the freedom of property. Freedom to hold property. This has been deleted by which amendment? By 44th amendment. It was a fundamental right also. Okay, and okay, Article 31, but okay, it is also included under nothing but okay, freedom okay of the 7th freedom that has been granted. But currently you have 6 freedom, 7th freedom is gone because we have abolished now right to property as well, fundamental rights. Fine. So now what are the 6 type of okay freedom that is mentioned? First is freedom of speech and expression. Freedom to assemble peacefully. And without arms. Freedom to assemble peacefully and without arms. Third is okay what? Freedom to form union, association and cooperative society. Next is freedom to move freely anywhere in India. Then freedom to reside and settle anywhere. And the last okay that you have is what? Freedom to practice any trade, employment, occupation, profession, etc. So these are okay. What? These are nothing but okay criteria that is okay mentioned. These are the 6 freedom that is mentioned. As we discussed, 7th freedom has been removed. So currently the constitution has nothing but okay these 6 freedoms. And in this okay this term cooperative society has been added by which amendment? 97th amendment. If you remember, we discussed part 9b deals with the cooperative society and part 9b were added by which amendment? Okay, 97th amendment. So now you have okay this term okay was not there in the original constitution. Only union and association were there. Cooperative society was added by 97th amendment. So these things you have to keep in mind. Okay? So first is okay. First right you have freedom of speech and expression that is okay there. Yeah? Now what is okay expression means? What is the expression means? Reaction. Okay, anyone else? How, what the term expression means? Personality, fine. Any other thing? Opinion, fine. Any other thing? So speech means what? Speech means whatever we are speaking, okay? And expression. Expression means we can express ourselves in various forms. How we can express? How we can express? I can express, okay, if I don't like you, okay, I can express in, okay, what? By not speaking also. I can, okay, what? I can make a facial expression that will, okay, that will make you feel like that you don't like me or I don't like you, that is okay there, okay? That is a form of expression. You can make images and express you. You can make a painting and express you, that is okay there. You can write any article in newspaper and express you, that is okay there. So there are many form of nothing but okay expression. So this freedom of speech and expression, what does it mean? It is not only dealing with okay speaking, but it also deals with other aspect of expression, that is okay there. How you are expressing yourself, that is also included in the this particular freedom. So we are saying that we can write a newspaper article and express ourselves, okay, that is okay there. So even freedom of press is covered under which one? Even freedom of press is covered under which article? It is covered under, it is implicit part of, it is a implicit part of nothing but okay, article 19, because I am writing an opinion piece, editorial piece to express myself, okay, that is okay there. My opinion I am expressing, clear? So okay, any image, any painting I am making, any cartoon I am making, that is okay, part of which one? Part of nothing but okay, freedom of speech and expression, that is okay, clear? So that is what the term speech and expression means, okay, clear? Any doubt regarding this one? However, remember that these rights are not absolute right, okay? These rights are not absolute right. Absolute means what? That they will, okay, what? They will be applicable in all cases, okay? These, okay, right are not absolute right. These right can be restricted. This right can be restricted on certain grounds, okay? And, okay, the First Amendment introduced also certain other grounds also. First Amendment introduced certain other grounds also. Like one is incitement to offences. Incitement to offences. Another thing that is okay dealt is public order. Another thing that okay it is okay saying is friendly relation with the foreign countries. Friendly relation with foreign countries. Okay, another thing that you see is okay what already which was mentioned was morality, sovereignty and integrity, contempt of court. All these are grounds of restriction. All these are grounds of restriction against freedom of speech and expression, that is okay, clear? So if I am speaking something or writing something which can okay what, which can endanger the sovereignty and integrity of India, then what will happen? Then okay, my speech is okay what, my speech or my expression forms can be restricted by nothing but okay government, that is okay there, clear? For example, incitement to offences. If I am okay what, if I am giving a call that you go and kill another person, what will happen? Okay, I am inciting an offence, no? Okay, I am asking you to go and okay kill another person, that is okay there. So I am inciting an offence is okay, that is okay there. I can't say that this is my freedom of speech and expression, I can say anything. No, I can't say okay this has to be nothing but okay restricted, that is okay there, clear? So what you see is okay, this is not an absolute right, this is restricted on what? This is restricted on various grounds, that is okay there, clear? Any doubt regarding this one? Let's say if I talk ill about any community, I am a politician, I am talking about okay any ill about any community, what will happen? What will happen? It may generate strong reactions from that particular community, okay? So what will happen? Protest will happen, law and order situation can be impacted. So okay, to prevent such situation, I can restrict the freedom on what? On the basis of public order, that you can't say this thing okay about this community, that is okay. So what you see is okay, that's why your freedom of speech and expression is what? Freedom of speech and expression can be nothing but okay restricted on certain ground. It is not an absolute right. It is okay what? It is a qualified right. Okay, which type of right? Qualified right. okay, you can't say anything, okay, against anyone, okay. There will be certain restrictions on this particular right, which is called as the freedom of speech and expression. Fine, any doubt regarding this particular thing? The second is what? Freedom to assemble peacefully. Now let's say if, okay, what if one more thing, if any company or any product, okay, is being sold, you are making what? An advertisement to sell that product, no? But okay, that advertisement is okay, which form of okay expression? That advertisement is also a form of expression. You want to express yourself, okay, saying that these are okay, what? These are the okay important thing. How your product, okay, what? How your product is different from other particular product and etc. You are trying to advertise that particular thing. But if your advertisement is violating something, certain laws, certain things, okay, then what will happen? It can also be restricted, no? Okay, like you saw sometimes movies are banned, books sometimes, okay, get banned, okay. So why these, okay, banned? Okay, this banned because of nothing but, okay, what? These rights are not absolute right, can be restricted in what? Can be restricted in, okay, forms, any forms, okay, from these grounds. Fine. So I can make a movie and express myself, I can make a song and express myself, okay. So what you see is, okay, these all have been covered under which one? These all have been covered under the speech and expression. So expression is a very wide term, okay. It is not only guaranteeing you speech, it is guaranteeing you expression, and expression is a very wide term that is okay. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So any way you are trying to express yourself, that is covered under what? That is covered under freedom of speech and expression. Clear? Second is what? Freedom to assemble peacefully and without arms. Okay, freedom to assemble peacefully. So you can what? You can assemble peacefully. You can come together. You can do what? You can do any protest. You can organize any public meeting. All these things you can do because you have freedom to what? Freedom to assemble peacefully. And this peace, okay, this is okay without what? Without any arms. Okay, you are not carrying any arms. It should be non-violent. Okay. That is one, okay, important thing you have to keep in mind. So it has to be what? Protest, okay, any protest, any public meeting, any rallies, okay, has to be what? Has to be nothing but, okay, without any arms, okay, that is okay there. Freedom to assemble peacefully, that is okay there. Clear? But this is also not, okay, what? This is also not an absolute right. This can also be restricted, that is okay there. Sometimes you see government impose curfew, no? Curfew means what? You can't go out, you can't, okay, assemble, that is okay there. Sometimes, okay, you see okay, what the district DM, okay, district magistrate or okay, the district collector issues an order that not more than what? Not more than 4 people should assemble, that is okay there. Okay, so why that orders are being, okay, given? To restrict your what? To restrict your freedom to assemble peacefully. So it can be restricted on which ground? It can be restricted on public order. If public order is being violated, if you think that protest will turn violent, you can restrict what? You can restrict nothing but, okay, freedom to assemble peacefully. If curfews are imposed, other things are imposed, okay, you can restrict the freedom to assemble peacefully. So again, this right is not absolute. This is something that is a qualified right. Fine. The third says freedom to form union, association and cooperative society. What is union? What is association? You have the freedom to form union, you have freedom to form association. What is union? What is association? Any idea? Like, yeah, trade union. What is trade unions?
People who are working, they protect their interests.
Yeah, okay. What you see is, okay, what you see is, okay, unions are generally formed by whom? Formed by the workers. Okay, these are generally formed by whom? Formed by the workers, either working in an organization or in different organization also. They can come together and form, okay, what? Form something but, okay, union. Clear? Any doubt regarding this one? So what, okay, this union does it, what? This union allows them bargaining power. What it allows them? Bargaining power it allows them. For example, let's say if I am working in an industry, in a factory, okay, I am the worker in this factory and I want, okay, my salary to be raised. Okay, company is asking me to work for 12 hours, company is not increasing my salaries, okay, I want my salaries to be increased. I am going to the, okay, what management and saying that you increase my salary. What is happening? Next day management is giving me a letter and saying that you are being fired from home. fired from the okay job, I'll recruit some other person who will do the job for this particular salary that is okay there. Clear? So what you see is okay, an individual worker do not have which type of power? Bargaining power, okay, that is okay there. Clear? But what you see is okay, if all the workers of the factories, okay, go together to the management and demand that what salaries to be increased, what can okay factories fire all the workers? No. If they fire all, what will happen? Production stops, other things stop, okay, what will happen? Companies will be in loss, okay. So if workers comes together, then what will happen? They'll have certain bargaining power that is okay there. So this let them forms okay what? This allows them to form union, that you can form union to increase your what? To increase your bargaining power. Bargaining power is not only with regard to salaries. You want better safety, okay. You may be working in hazardous industries, okay, and company is not providing you adequate safety gears. You can demand safety gears, okay. You can demand what? You can demand better facilities, canteen facility, rest, okay, for 1 hour or 2 hours, okay. In between nothing but okay, continuous work, okay, that is okay there. Clear? So what you see is okay, this okay what? This union allows okay you to what? This union allows you to have a bargaining power that is okay there. That's why this you have this freedom to form a union, okay. What is association? Some of the institutions like corporates. Fine. Any other thing? What do you term association? Association is basically when professional comes together and form something, okay, or people with different profession, people with same profession comes together and form something that is going to be called as an association. Let's say all IPS comes together and forms an association. This is going to be called as IPS association. All farmers come together and forms okay thing, then it is going to be called as farmers association. Okay, so when people of same practicing profession okay comes together and forms a okay organization, that is going to be called as what? That is going to be called as a association. That is okay. Clear? What is cooperative society? What is cooperative society? So as we discussed, okay, cooperative society is voluntarily, okay. If people voluntarily come together, especially from this section, they are weaker section. If people from weaker section comes together and voluntarily forms an organization, okay, then it is going to be called as what? Then it is going to be called as a cooperative society. For example, if I have a money, what I do? I have okay huge money, 1 crore, 5 crore, 10 crore money I have. I want to start a business. What I do? I'll open a company and run the company, that is okay there. But if I have only 500 and 1000 rupees, then I can't start a company. But okay, if 1000 rupees is being brought by let's say 100 people, then what will happen? It becomes a huge money. When it becomes a huge money, then what will happen? I can start, okay. So that is what okay being done. Cooperative society. It is a voluntary association of people coming together and okay what? And nothing but okay starting an enterprise, which is going to be called as what? Cooperative society. Like you have Nandini as a cooperative society. Nandini is what? Dairy farmers coming together and okay what? And creating so those type of nothing but okay society. So that is okay which kind? Cooperative society. So you have freedom to form union, you have freedom to form association, you have freedom to form cooperative societies. Fine. Again, this freedom is not absolute. This can be what? Restricted. That is okay there. Clear? Next is what? Freedom to move freely anywhere in India. Okay. So as we discussed, okay, this article gives you what? Freedom to move freely anywhere. Which type of freedom you have? Internal freedom. You do not have external freedom. What is external freedom? Freedom to move outside of India. Okay. So freedom to move anywhere within India is there, but freedom to move outside of India is not there. External freedom is not covered under Article 19. Only internal freedom to move anywhere is covered. Okay, that is what it is.
Also restricted force last class.
Yeah. Okay, coming to that. Okay, that is a okay. That is a okay restrictions. Okay, as we discuss, all these rights are not absolute right; they are restricted right. Okay, that is okay. Clear? So freedom to move anywhere freely in case of India. Again, why this freedom has been given? Why this freedom has been given to move freely anywhere, to promote which type of feeling? Indian feeling, national feeling, that you can go move anywhere. All these are parts of India, that is okay there. So to promote national feeling and to minimize regional feeling, okay, this freedom has been granted. But okay, as we discussed in the last class, you have the concept of inner line permit. Okay, remember last class we discussed restricted area permit. Okay, we discussed okay what protected area permit and inner line permit. We discussed for foreigners, restricted area permit and protected area permit applies. For Indians, what is applying? Inner line permit. So if you are visiting to Arunachal Pradesh or we discussed Nagaland, Manipur, Mizoram, then you have to seek which permission, official permission. So that is okay. What? That is okay. Restricted means freedom to move freely anywhere in India is also restricted on two grounds. On two grounds. One is interest of general public and interest of tribes. On these two grounds, interest of tribes. On these two grounds, your freedom to move anywhere in India is restricted. Like we discussed, okay, most of the Naga tribes or Mizo tribes or Meitei tribes that lives in Manipur, they want, okay, what they want their customary practices to be protected, and that's why, okay, you need a which permit? Inner line permit. So this is okay, what? This is nothing but okay, being restricted on the ground of tribes. Now in COVID you saw, okay, government restricted your movement. Lockdown was there, government restricted your movement. You need permission to travel from one state to another state, okay, or outside of state, okay. If any emergency comes, you have to take, okay, what? Take approval. So your freedom was restricted. Why it was restricted? In the interest of whom? General public, because if you are moving, what will happen? The chances that disease may spread, okay. So that's why, okay, in interest of general public also your movement can be what? Restricted. So that's why freedom to move freely anywhere in India can also be restricted in the interest of whom? General public, in the interest of nothing but okay, tribes, okay, that are there. Clear? So this right is something that is also restricted. Clear? Next is freedom to reside and settle anywhere in India. Now two terms is mentioned. What is reside and what is settle means? Yeah, reside means temporary and settle means what? Permanent. Okay, so this gives you temporary right to stay at any place. This gives you what? Permanent right to stay at any place that is okay there. So freedom to reside and settle anywhere in case of India. Again, this is also restricted on the same ground. Okay, this is also restricted on the same ground. Freedom to reside as well as nothing but okay, settle anywhere in case of India that is okay there. Clear? For example, there was a case went to the Supreme Court in which okay, what? In which okay some of the people doing okay prostitution work in case of nothing but okay a society, they demanded that they are being they are being evacuated from the society, which is a violation of nothing but okay freedom to reside and settle anywhere that is okay there. Clear? But okay, the court says that no, it can be restricted on which ground? In the interest of whom? General public. If it is creating a problem, it is creating nothing but okay what? Okay, the problem in the neighboring societies and etc. Your right can be restricted. Okay, that is okay there. Clear? So freedom to reside and settle anywhere in India. Reside means what? Reside means temporary. Settle means permanent. Again, this can be restricted on two grounds. One is what? Interest of general public and interest of tribes. That's why in inner line permit area you can't buy a land. If you are buying a land, okay, what is happening? If you are buying a land only when government approves or government authorizes you. So you can't settle over there without buying without buying a land and etc. That is okay there. So this requires government permissions. Fine. The last is freedom to practice any trade, employment, occupation, profession. What is the difference between all these two? What is employment? What is profession, occupation, trade? What difference you are finding? Fine.
Working as a labor, anything worker, as any position. Job occupation in a particular, we have to do some particular work. We don't work only one. Occupation and profession. Similar.
Okay. Anyone else? What differences like? So trade means what? Trade means buying and selling. Okay. When you are doing any buying and selling, okay, that is what you are doing. Trade you are doing. So trade deals with that particular aspect. Okay. So if I am buying and selling, I am okay what dealing in certain goods, sells certain good buys, I am doing a trade that is okay there. That is the concept of trade. So I can practice any trade that is okay there. Second is employment. Employment means what? I'm working in some some industries, some factories which is offering me jobs for a certain period. So I have a contractual obligations because terms of employment has been mentioned that I'll work for 9 to 12 or I will work for nothing but morning 8 o'clock to 6 o'clock. So I'll be working under the certain terms of employment that is there. So employment means when you are working in some industries, some nothing but some factories and etc. for certain period which is highlighted in case of terms of contract. For terms of employment, that is going to be called as what? That is going to be called as employment. What is occupation? What is occupation? So occupation is what things I am doing. Let's say I am doing a business, so business becomes what? My occupation. If I am doing what? I am doing a policing job, police becomes policing job becomes my occupation. Farming becomes what? My occupation, that is there. Whatever I am doing, that becomes nothing but my occupation, that is there. What is profession? What is a profession? In which I am offering certain skills. So lawyer is what? A profession, because lawyer offers you what? Offers you skills, regarding the law, services. He provides you services regarding what? Law, that is there. Clear? Doctors is what? A profession. Why profession? Because he looks after nothing but he is providing his services to whom? To the patient. That is there. A chartered accountant, is a profession. He is providing his services, accounting services to the firms, or to the person that is there. Clear? So all these are what? All these are case of profession where I provide certain skills, to the other people, and people are paying me for what? People are paying me for my skills, my services, that is there. So lawyer is being paid for providing the services. Doctors will being paid for providing the services. So that is called as what? That is called as a profession. So I have freedom to practice any trade, employment, occupation, as well as nothing but profession, that is there. Clear? But is it again an absolute right? Is it again an absolute right? Now this is also restricted. This is also restricted. Means I can do any trade, employment, occupation and profession which are authorized by the law. Something which is not in the law, I cannot do. For example, can I involved in buying and selling of a child? Can I do begging racket? Can I run a begging racket? No. Because these are what? These are prohibited. These are something that is prohibited, illegal thing. Can I do betting? No. You saw recently government bans a lot of apps, no? Dream 11 and other 11. Why? Betting was something that was being promoted. So what you see is this is something that is an illegal occupation, illegal things that is there. So something that is legal I can do, but something which is illegal will be prohibited under law, prohibited under this particular case. Now let's say if I want to run a bank, RBI doesn't give me licenses to run a bank. I want to do which business? Banking business. RBI is not giving me licenses to run a banking business, that is there. Clear? If I open a bank, then what will happen? I am violating what? Law, because anyone can't practice. Chit funds are not regulated. Chit fund and nidhi companies are regulated by whom? Regulated by the state, not by RBI. They are regulated by the state, but they are not doing banking business. What is banking business? Deposit as well as what? Loans. When you are providing, that is called as what? Bank has a two function: primary function and secondary function. So when you are doing accepting, depositing, providing a loans, it is which kind of business? It is a banking business. You are providing, let's say, other services like locker facilities, other facilities. Those are secondary business of the bank. Now, nidhi companies or chit fund companies, what they do? They accept the savings. But they do provide loans. They accept and they give you a higher returns. That is what their main function is. So they are being regulated by whom? They are being regulated by the government, not by nothing but not by the RBI, because they are not into pure banking business. So that is what you have to keep in mind. Like you have NBFC's company, non-banking financial companies, like you have Muthoot Finance, Manappuram Gold. They are providing you loan services, but they are not offering you which services? Deposit facilities, that is there. So they are also financial companies that are working. A lot of financial companies are working, but they may not be banked. So I'm saying that okay, let's say I want to run a bank, okay, and okay, what is happening is okay, I need a license from RBI to run a bank. RBI is not giving me licenses. If I'm running a bank, now okay, what will happen? Government is okay, what? Government RBI is not authorizing. I'm being okay, say that I'm violating a law. I'm being put into certain penalties or jail term. Can I say? Can I go and say that okay, my right is being violated? My freedom to practice any trade employment has been violated. Can I go to the court and say
It's not legal.
it's not legal and
Not lawful.
not lawful? Any other thing? Banking business is a lawful business. Okay, I'm not going for unlawful business. But okay, I'm not meeting the criteria which is set by RBI. Okay, so can I okay go and say that okay, what my freedom to practice trade has been violated? RBI is not allowing me to pursue banking business. Can I go and say? Now this article okay says that we are empowering parliament to make any law okay or any criteria for any of okay what any of occupation, profession, employment. Why parliament or has been given this power to make any law, any procedure for okay occupation, profession, employment? So that okay what so that okay better services okay can be provided to better services can be provided to people, better okay efficiency can be there. Let's say if I don't okay I don't do anything, I don't know anything regarding regarding the medical facilities and I want to treat a patient, then what will happen? What will happen? I can prescribe any medicine, no? You take this medicine, that is okay there. Will the patient will be benefited? No. So that's why what criteria has been put that you have to be an MBBS okay in order to nothing but okay what? Okay, in order to nothing but okay be a doctor as a profession. If I don't know anything about law, okay, and I'm prescribing okay that okay you would argue this thing in case of judge okay in the court will give you bail. Will the court will give bail if I argue anything? No, because okay you need lawyer okay law degree okay to what to know about the law and then only you can practice what you practice law as a profession. So state is fully within a right to prescribe certain degrees, certain criterias okay in order to ensure what in order to ensure that better services are being provided to the people or okay welfare of the citizen is something that is okay happening. So that's why RBI has been empowered to regulate which business, banking business okay. Criteria has been put for okay chartered accountant, doctors, lawyers okay. So what you see is okay this is not a violation of freedom. I still have a freedom. I can choose this particular okay services. I can meet okay these criteria and I can start the business that is okay there. I still have a freedom for that. Okay, clear? Any doubt regarding this profession?
Professionally, who are eligible to do, they can do occupation.
Professionally, they are able to do. They can be occupation can be anything what I'm doing. Okay.
If occupation means this is the example of a doctor.
Doctors, lawyers, engineers.
I am not going to be any person who is professionally done this.
He will provide. So one who is professionally trained is going to be called as a doctor. Doctor is a profession. Okay, doctor is a profession. Okay.
You only do that particular occupation. No one will do that. But
Yeah,
who are professionally eligible to do it.
Who are professionally eligible to do it can only do it. Others will not be able to do it. Okay, others will not be able to do it unless and until you meet the criteria which is okay fixed by the state. Okay, that is okay. Clear? Any doubt regarding this particular thing? So this is what we call as the freedom to practice any trade, employment, occupation as well as profession that is okay there. So these 6 rights are what? These 6 rights are granted under Article 90. So what it says? Freedom of speech and expression, freedom to assemble peacefully without arms, freedom to form union, association and cooperative society, freedom to freely move anywhere, freedom to reside and settle, and freedom to practice any trade, employment, profession that is okay there. Here. Now, is this article also include right to strike? Can you go on a strike and say that okay, your freedom of expression? Can you say it is a freedom of assembly? You are okay striking and say that okay, it is a freedom of assembly. Right to strike is not a part of what? It is not a part of assembly or not a part of meeting. Okay, the freedom of speech and expression. So right to strike is okay, what? Right to strike is not covered. Okay, clear? Any doubt regarding this one? So if question comes, right to strike is a part of whom? Right to strike is a part of your freedom to assemble peacefully or freedom of speech and expression. No, strike is not part of whom? Not part of this, not covered under this. Clear? Any doubt regarding this one? Let's say, okay, if I want to have a silence, someone is okay saying anything, I want to have a silence. Will my freedom of silence is included under this? Yeah. Okay, so what you see is, okay, freedom of speech and expression also include what? Freedom of silence. If I don't want to express myself, I can remain what? I can remain silent also, that is okay there. So silence is also a form of expression. Okay, it is also a form of expression. So freedom of silence is also covered under what? Freedom of speech and expression, that is okay. So it doesn't mean that only when you speak, that is only freedom. I have the freedom of nothing but okay, silence also, because we discussed the term expression is a wider term. Okay, include everything that is okay there. Clear? So all these 6 rights you have to keep in mind. Freedom of speech and expression, freedom of okay, freedom to assemble peacefully without arms, union, association and cooperative society, freely to move anywhere, reside and settle anywhere, and practice any trade, profession or employment. Clear? Any doubt? We'll start with okay, 20, 21, 22 in the nuance. Okay, anybody having any doubt? Okay, so what we try to cover is what? We try to cover articles 16, 17, 18 and 19. Okay, try to be clear with all the terms okay we are discussing, because UPSC asks okay these general terms, these general type of question, and you will get confused in the case of examination. So be clear with all these terms what we are discussing. Fine? Thank you. Thank you.